Baseball is dead.
Rest in peace.
It's a Thursday. That can only mean one thing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it means it's Family Feud Day.
That's right.
Baseball's dead. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's right, discourse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm excited for a little Family Feud. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since the last time we were able to do a little Family Feud.
Yeah, time to dust it off.
It's time to clean that shit up, is what it is, Dallas. That's what it is. It's time to clean that shit up. It's time to get a dub. If you listen to the podcast this week, then you know that Dallas is a complete fraud. Made a whole speech about how, like I do 7 picks in a day.
Whoa.
I do
7?
3. Oh, 3. That's cute. 3.
Three's
That's
entry
cute.
level. That's entry level.
Yeah, that's baby. That's kitty shit.
Yeah.
DB out here doing 9 picks.
that's
and he throws out 3. Well, how many was it yesterday, Jayhay? I know you handle that.
DB had a trio.
Yeah, it was 3 picks, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just 3.
Yeah, I think it was 3.
Went with a new approach though. Strikeouts in the first inning. That's the first time we've seen that approach used. Seemed like it worked for you. The triple Bs, right? Bobby, Bryce, and Brandon.
Yeah, that's it. Miller squared and fat bottom hurler got it done.
Yeah, he had to switch it up though. That's what happens when you never win. You've got to change it up.
Just an early offer. That's all it was. Early offer. But I mean, at this rate, I could hit 500. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good thing Bobby
1,000 yesterday.
Good thing Bobby Miller got that strikeout in early.
Oh. Hey, I tell you, he got up on the bump and I could just see him. Like, because my initial thought was he's going to be throwing the absolute dog piss out of this baseball, and he doesn't want anybody to fucking touch it at all. And it's not that he's afraid of contact, not with his shit. He's not afraid of contact, but when you're coming back and you just first one under the belt, fuck you. Here it is. Here's 1,000 miles an hour, and he spiked a few heaters. No big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Got the punch out.
Couple tanks.
Yeah, look, not after the punch out. That's
Listen,
okay.
If you're giving up homers, that means you're throwing strikes, brother.
That's it. Fill it up. You know what I mean?
That's what we were in the business of yesterday. Was homers come and go, man. We were here for the strikeouts in the first inning.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Fill it up. Fill it up early.
Mets fans were really upset with us yesterday because of the subject matter of yesterday's podcast. A lot of Mets fans saying it's a non-story. A lot of Mets fans saying you're 24 hours late to this, even though we don't do shows on Tuesdays. So that lines up. Lot of, did you even read the story? All he did was answer a fucking question. So did Aaron Judge. And he said, can we not talk about this anymore? Like so if Soto wanted to take that path, he could have used that path too.
Yeah, I mean, he went into a very detailed response, right? A response in which he named names and was candid. And to be honest, that's appreciated because it's insight. He's not just giving you the canned answer that you got from Aaron Judge, which we've all come to expect, but you also understand why you're getting that response from that individual personally. This is the captain of the New York Yankees. Juan Soto is not the captain of the New York Yankees. As far as I know, he hasn't been anointed the captain of the New York Mets. Is that a thing?
I don't believe so, no.
So I don't want to say that they're living in 2 different worlds, but they're living in 2 different worlds. I mean, we can start with the paycheck, but they're just, it's different. And Juan Soto was very open about talking about his experience, his feelings about the situation, and he even pointed out strategically how the game has changed for him, how he's been pitched, how he was previously pitched. That's a lot of detail. That's a lot of detail to be coming out of somebody's mouth to just render useless or a non-story or non-information. No, that's information.
If people are talking about it, it's a story, and we certainly were not the only outlet that was talking about it. So I don't think that how he covered it was unfair. There was some tongue in cheek, obviously, about like Juan Soto missing being a Yankee, but like I think it's pretty fair to say he misses Aaron Judge hitting behind him. Like that's what he's telling you.
He told you that's my whole point. Is this is a dude who like we just talked about, right? We were having the discussion yesterday. Like, is this the best hitter in baseball? Like, just best pure hitter, best approach, best. Like, if you're having that kind of conversation about a guy, and he starts to talk about what it's like to play with another hitter who impacts his ability and how he produces, were you not interested in that? You don't want to hear that?
I just think that my personal experiences with Mets fans are mostly like the Barstool guys, and they're all unhinged people. So it kind of tracks that there would be a story where maybe a player on the Mets doesn't come off the best, that Mets fans would galvanize and attack the source that was criticizing their player. It's not mean-spirited. Like, we're not anti-Mets. No. Like, I'm very, I think the Mets are fun. I enjoy going to games in Queens. I love Juan Soto. Like, there's no malice behind it. It's more just talking about the subject matter.
That's you're absolutely right. Shout out the 7-Line Army. Like, those fans, they're absolutely, there's some psychos in there, but that's what makes them great, man. That's what makes them great.
It's not always about the money, Spider-Man. It's about the Mets, baby. Love the Mets. All right, baby. Let's go. Get a home run, baby. Love the Mets. Let's go, Mets.
I love the Mets. I love the Mets.
Love the Mets. Love Mrs. Met. Love the Mets. Love
the Mets. Mrs. Met. She,
choose your words.
She's
choose your words.
Powerful.
Okay.
She's powerful.
Thank you. That is a lady, Jared. That is a lady.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's a woman right there. But anyways, I digress. Underdog just dropped their playoff basketball promo. With the extender, you can play your way to increasingly bigger boosts each round of the playoffs. Start a playoff series by using your Game 1 boost and continue boosting each subsequent game to unlock the next one. The longer the series, the bigger the boosts. You're going to want to see how serious it gets when that Game 7 hits. Hop on Underdog, the best place to make picks during playoff basketball, and get started right now. Make sure you sign up with the promo code Jared, that's JARED, to get up to $1,000 in bonus credits and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code Jared. Suns didn't make it, Dell.
Suns didn't make it.
Yeah, it sucks.
No, they already canned their head coach.
Yeah, it was a quick quick cycle.
Who's our head coach?
It was Mike Budenholzer. He lasted 1 year on a 5-year, $50 million contract. He had replaced Frank Vogel, who lasted 1 year on a multi-million-dollar contract. I believe he had replaced Monty Williams, who was fired coming off of a conference finals loss, NBA personal. Finals loss. Yeah. So the Matt Ishbia era is really special there over in Phoenix.
That sounds awesome, to get fired 1 year into a 5-year, $50 million contract.
I guarantee you there is a subsection of the coaching community that is lining up to take what is undoubtedly a dead end job simply because they know they might do 1 year of work for 4 or 5 years of pay.
That's awesome.
He's paying the Suns ownership is paying 2 fired coaches $18 million next season. And they haven't hired their new coach. So add that total. So they'll be paying $25 million a year for coaches next year.
I'll drop some plays for the Suns.
That is a level of dysfunctionality that I can't wrap my head around at what I will call the big league level. Like, that can't happen.
Not only that, but they do not control any of their first round picks through from 2027 to 2030. And they will have an untradeable Bradley Beal with a no trade contract and $110 million left on his deal after this season, and are inevitably going to trade Kevin Durant. So if there was a time to hop off the Suns wagon, Jared, and maybe attach yourself to a new NBA team for podcast purposes. No, you're diehard. You're too diehard.
Yeah. That's what I like to hear. Attaboy.
Yeah. They finished like 10 games under 500. It was like an abjectly embarrassing season.
I didn't even know we had Kevin Durant, but God, that's good.
It was a disappointing era, if we're going to call it what it is. He played great.
Usually is.
He played great. They didn't do much around him.
He did play great.
Yeah, I mean, he did everything he was possibly capable of doing, particularly at this age and stage of his carear. But
what about the book man?
The
Big
Devin
Book.
Devin Booker is still an outstanding player. Yeah, and they've said he's not available. So the retool, the rebuild is going to be around him with no picks and no players.
It sounds like we just need new leadership in the room. Sounds like we need a new voice to lead these men.
Unfortunately, the owner just purchased the team like 3 years ago and is the new voice who's calling all of these shots. So
okay.
And
if he needs another voice, I suppose I would do it.
Well, and just to tie it back into baseball, the Ishbia family might be carving out a larger share in the baseball community as well, because I believe they just upped their or are attempting to or officially did up their percentage of ownership in the White Sox. So I think the post Reinsdorf era may look a lot like maybe the Ishbia brothers era.
I don't know. That doesn't sound great. Yeah.
Well, they're willing to spend money. They have the highest payroll in league history and missed the playoffs. The Suns did. So that alone would probably be a welcome change for the Chicago White Sox.
No doubt.
Yeah, but Jayhay, you just told us that they're paying 2 head coaches $18 million next year that will not be coaching for the team. So while you're writing the checks, I need them to be going to the right places.
Understand, it's for the White Sox, it might be a choice between organizational instability and being the worst team in Major League Baseball history. Sometimes you have to make a choice. They're one of those things right now.
Interesting. You know what else is interesting though?
Tell us.
The San Diego Padres
Dads
have won 15 of their first 19 contests here in 2025, which is tied for the best start in franchise history through 19 games. They've got themselves a nice little 12-1 record at home. They've pretty much played their entire season at home. They've only played 6 road games, which for sure helps. That can't hurt. But when you look at the NL West, and again, it's early, it's mid-April, it is kind of crazy to look at the fact that the Dodgers, who spent billions upon billions of dollars on their roster, got off to a 14-6. They're playing 700 ball. They're 14-6, which right now entering play today on Thursday is good for third place in the NL West.
I mean, on some level, the Padres and Giants almost have to be kind of disappointed that they're only a game and a half up on the Dodgers when you look at the fact that both of those teams have outscored their opponents by 30 plus runs and the Dodgers are at +7. So like they got to feel great, but it's also like, God damn, 15-4 and we're a game and a half up.
The D-backs have a +20 run differential and they're in 4th place.
and the poor Rocks, man. I mean, they got a -51 and they're in 5th place, you know?
Yeah, that's tough.
That
is tough. Nice little stat pad series for the Dodgers. Yep. Nice to be able to send old Bobby Miller out to the mound to slaughter and still win anyway. That's Dodger baseball.
It's great. Can we talk about the Padres bullpen for just a minute? Because I remember telling you guys about what I had just seen when the Friars rolled through town, and as they sit right now as a group, best ERA in the National League, like 3rd or 4th best K per 9 rate. That is, I think, their path to success through the division and into the postseason. That is their path, because those dudes down there are fucking nasty, absolutely nasty. And if they can just on average, if you can give me 5 1/3 out of the starter, you like your odds. You like your odds. Give me 5 1/3. Keep us in striking distance, and you like your odds, because these boys are slicing and dicing right now.
I know these are names that we have talked. I'm glad you brought up the bullpen, because that's where I wanted to go to. I know these are names that we have talked about on the podcast before. Jason Adam, trade deadline last year, predominantly.
Breaking ball Jesus.
Yeah, Jeremiah Estrada, I know, has been a pet guy for D and for me from a statistical standpoint since he came on last year and was red hot. But like, I don't know that people are fully appreciative of the fact that in terms of like utter dominance right now, we may be talking about in those two, like the first and the second and the third, the first and the fourth, whatever it is, best, most dominant relief pitchers in the National League right now. Like they are first and second in the National League in strikeout rate. They're both sniffing 40% in that regard. Their ERAs are sub-zero. So these aren't just strikeout merchants. Their FIPS or whatever underlying ERA indicators you want to use are not supportive of 0.87, but supportive of dominant relief pitching. And like, I don't know that you hear Estrada and Adam and think that's what's going to get them to the playoffs, but like it is right now, and it may still end up the most dominant bullpen in baseball because these guys are that legit, and it goes beyond those guys too.
Well, and Suarez is, I mean, that's what you got at the back end. He leads the league in fucking saves right now. He's got like he's allowed like a base runner and a half. Something like it's stupid. His whip is a half. He's got a half a whip. It is, yeah. It just, for me, when I think about how you're going to match up and how you're going to create separation, I think a lot of people, their mind goes to offense, right? You got to outscore your opponent. That's understood. But how can you over a course of a season create separation for yourself? It's being able to account for the most highest leverage outs and feel pretty good about how those are going to go for you, right? We're not just talking about the last 3 outs of a game, handing the ball to Suarez. We're talking about the last 9, potentially 12 outs that the Padres feel pretty fucking good about covering. And I understand that, full season goes and guys get tired, and I get all that. But right now, the San Diego Padres and their bullpen are not to be trifled.
They appear to be legit.
Oh, them boys are serious. Boys are real.
Yeah. Spencer Strider, as we talked about on yesterday's podcast, made his 2025 debut right after we were done recording in Toronto. Went out there and fastball looked good. He was sitting 95 with the heater. Punched out 5, I want to say. And yeah, it does not appear as if though he missed a leg day during his rehab process.
Quadzilla still in full effect. He did surrender Vlad's first homer of the season.
He did.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, not for Vlad, first homer of the season. Now, I mean, that's not fine.
Hey, it doesn't fucking matter now, dude. Who are you kidding?
Yeah, you're right. Yep, he hit one. Yeah, fuck yeah. Woo! Do it again. Woo! All right. It's bad. I mean, yeah, that's where that's at. But yeah, great to see Spencer Strider back out there. I don't know how much getting a starting pitcher back, especially the way things have gone right now for the Braves. I don't know how much of a life injection that can be, because it's only going to come around every 5 days. But
they lost.
Maybe this. I know.
Chris Bassett did his best Spencer Strider impression, actually.
Yeah, he punched out 10 punchies for Bassett.
And he was not chirping, but he was yelling coming off the mound. He was fucking fired up.
He's got a sub 1 right now. How many times has he taken the ball? 5 or 4?
4, I think. 4.
Yeah. He's been nasty.
Yeah. Well,
he throws the whole kitchen sink at you.
Yeah, and he'll fucking throw it at you left-handed if he feels something's off right.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Like that's the beautiful part. Like, I used to love watching him pitch so much, man, because you could just see him out there talking to himself, and then like he would get in the fucking windup and start the windup and shit wouldn't feel right. He'd just stop and then get off, wipe his fucking head, get on. All right, I'm going out of the stretch. And I'm looking at Kuiper. I'm talking to Foss. I'm like, this is the second fucking pitch he's thrown, right? This is just the second pitch of the game. He's already gone.
Yeah, I
Sinker, cutter, curve, split, sweeper, 4-seam slider for Chris Bassett. Like if you're standing up there, you got to be like, I have no choice but to be C-ball, hit ball. I have no fucking idea what's coming.
Yeah, it's Chris Bassett from the Yomiuri Giants out of the Nippon League, just throwing fucking 14 different pitches at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fucking asshole and elbow too coming at you. There's a lot of
Yeah.
I love him. Love him.
It's working.
Love him.
5 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, walked 2, punched out 10. Chris Bassett, 2-0 on the season with an 0.77 ERA.
0.77 ERA, and also has not. No, shit. I'm not gonna say it.
Allowed an extra base hit. Is that it?
No.
No?
No. Keep going.
Has not
Jayhay,
changed.
what was he gonna
Has not changed his underwear yet this season.
Ah.
No, that's,
I believe is what it was.
I can't confirm that. I'll smell next time I see him.
I mean, hasn't allowed a homer for sure. I doubt that's
Yeah,
what
hasn't
he was
allowed.
getting at. Is that what it
No,
was?
that's.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
Well, it's still early to be on no homer watch.
You said it. No, what are you talking? I'm just saying it's 4 starts. Like, I don't know how many guys go 4 or 5 start stretches these days without giving up a bomb.
I guess. I mean, Tanner Houck, I remember last year went like double-digit start. He fucking stinks.
We're just looking
now.
for double-digit pitches this year. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's looking rough for my guy, Tanner. I love
fucking
Tanner Houck. I want him to turn it around. But, man, has he been bad after being an all-star last year. The polar opposite of the start to the season we've seen from Chris Bassett. It's like over a 9 ERA.
I mean, you could credibly argue his last start, at least it was the last one I was aware of, was the worst start in Red Sox history. They've been around for a long time.
Statistically,
My God.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Yes.
shout
out who, Jayhay?
What's that?
Who?
I was
Shout out who?
gonna throw shade, but then I decided it wasn't necessary because it's Thursday and it's sunny outside.
Okay.
Oh man.
I'm just asking.
27 hits,
Nope,
19
biting my tongue.
earned. So he's given up more earned runs than innings pitched.
Yep. He's given up 5 homers, I want to say, right? No. More?
Yeah. And he's
5.
averaging about 2.5 homers a game.
Yeah, it's bad. It's real bad.
Yeah. Not great.
He'll be all right.
Whip 1.9.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's seeing more traffic than an elementary school guard crossing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not not what you hope for at the start of the year. It's not something that you wake up and say, this is the results I'm looking for.
A lot of meat on the bone. You're fine.
Mm-hmm. The Yankees swept the Royals. That's of note.
That does matter.
Yeah. Cody Bellinger, I saw, had like a diving catch to close it out. That was nice. I always feel like Cody Bellinger was destined to be a Yankee. I feel like they've been linked together for so long that it's just it's nice to actually see it with your eyes.
His dad got like those 3 plate appearances for the Yankees like 40 years ago. So ever since then, it's been treated as destiny that he would end up.
Yeah.
It's in the DNA.
Yep.
He's out there protecting Aaron Judge.
Do you see that? You see that clip of him, admittedly, maybe unfair, about him kind of walking around in the outfield and doing what Cody typically looks like, which is, high as balls.
Suffering from allergies.
Yeah. Listen, if you can hit a Major League Baseball, I don't care what batting average. If you can hit the baseball and play the field high, then God bless you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
or maybe he's not. Maybe that's just his resting face.
There's definitely guys that are doing that, right, Dallas?
Without specifying Cody being one of them, of course.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that. Yeah, I'm my nodding of the head
there are
is not
guys
saying
that are
yes,
cruising at an altitude that is, it's enough to make me function, but like not to the point where I can't hit a baseball or field the baseball.
No.
Yeah.
There's I can confirm for you that there are several individuals across the league who have taken a far more holistic approach to recovery and have taken a far more holistic approach to everyday functionality. And
You're talking microdosing.
The proof is in the pudding is all I'm going to say.
Like
Yeah,
literally in the pudding that they're eating. Is that
Literally.
Yeah.
I feel like there are guys that have openly said that they microdose.
There are. And I mean, that just because of how sensitive the subject is for some people, like I will never drop a name, but yes. Yeah. I mean, there are guys who have talked about it openly.
Yeah, there are guys who have been on the show that have talked about it openly.
Bob Tewksbury, I believe.
Oh, my God. Is that audio destroyed, or can we go back and find that? I would love to. Yes, please send it to me. I would love to put it on the soundboard.
Yes, that's a good fucking call, man. How have we? Yeah, all right.
I'll
put that on the list.
Let's talk about the book.
Let's talk about the book.
Yeah, I need that audio.
Yeah, we need that. That's going right to the top of my priority list.
Yeah, let's talk about the book. All right, dude. No, you interview yourself. We'll just sit here. You ask the questions that you want to answer to yourself, and you let us know when you're done. we can hit the stop button. There's a little bit of a benches clearing incident in the Nationals Pirates game.
Get the ball down.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I saw the incident. I did not see anything that led up to that. Why would you throw a Kutch? What did he do?
I don't know that he was throwing at him per se.
It was just too close for comfort, and it upset the bench.
I think that's probably more or less what happened.
We need the bullpens to empty for that.
All I'm going to tell you right now is that would be tantamount to us being on a team and someone throwing at Tim Kirchin. I don't give a fuck what your reasoning is. We're going to have something to talk about. Oh, it was an accident? Fabulous. Let's make sure it was an accident. Sure it was an accident? Are we sure it was an accident? We're going to come out and make sure that it's an accident, because we would hate for that to be intentional, right? Because that's Tim Kirchin. You're not throwing at our guy, are you? You're not. That's not what you're doing, right? Right?
Yeah, you don't want to throw it at Timmy. That's when we've got problems.
That's when we got problems. So you fucking you chucking at the captain? Come on, bro. Come on.
Timmy is absolutely a empty the bullpen kind of guy.
Yeah. Yes. Timmy's the, you know what? I might even tell the bullpen to fucking take a hard left and just attack the other guys from the other bullpen. Like, don't even let
How's that never happened before?
It's because there's no desire to really chunk them like that. Like, it's not there's a lot of guys who just ain't about that life. And frankly, that's not where you're like, look, what do I want to punch that guy for? Why do I want to fight him?
Spirit of competition.
I don't have to face that dude. Let me go give somebody a black eye or strain an elbow on somebody who's going to swing a bat.
I guess.
I'm here to tell you that Tim Kirchin is probably a tougher fight than most people listening to this pod would anticipate.
They don't know about I don't know how many people can put the respect on Timmy and his athleticism.
Dude, his b-ball game is the stuff of legend.
Say, well, just remember, this is a dude who was grinding daily with the Iron Man, with fucking Cal Ripken. Like,
balling with
Cal Ripken
Ripken.
Jr. and Timmy were,
I bet Tim could beat me up present day.
Yeah, he looks like he'll bite you.
I think he is just genuinely stronger than I am and would beat me still.
Yeah, I think his hood name is Lil Rocious because he's just ferocious.
Mm-hmm.
Lil Rocious.
Can we get him back on the podcast soon?
Yeah, probably anytime, right?
Anytime.
So, as long as we introduce him as Lil Rocious and get his reaction to that.
Yeah. We got to tell him that's his street name.
Yeah, welcome to the podcast today. We got Lil Rocious.
Remember when Pitbull was at his peak? Somebody started calling Kirchin Mr. Worldwide.
Jayhay, I don't Mr. Worldwide, Pitbull. What are we doing? Oh, God love that man.
Yeah. What's he does a podcast with his son?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, him and
Have
Jeff.
you been on it, Dallas?
I have. I was just on it a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it's called Is This a Great Game or What?
That's cool.
Yeah, like I love Mr. Kendrick, Bob Kendrick.
Yeah.
His podcast, Black Aces. Like, brother, you
That's
can
a great
put that
name.
on. It's a fucking, I mean, dude, it's him
Just
telling
talking.
stories.
Yeah.
Dude, like you don't need an interview. You don't need nothing. Just
I did not know that he had. So, all right. So that podcast, Black Aces, is it like each episode is about a guy? Each episode is about a year? Like, is it one story per pod? Like, or is it just like
it changes? It changes. Like he's talked to kids like from the RBI program. He talks to like relatives of old ball players. He just tells stories. Like he talks to current, like older retired guys, current players. Yeah, I've been rocking it for a while.
thanks for
fucking awesome.
gatekeeping it all this time? The fuck?
Well, I just figured people, I don't know. I figured people would like know.
I did not know. Now I know.
But him and Timmy, when it comes to like orators of baseball story and baseball lore and shit, like I just don't know that you get two better. I don't.
I also just think there's more to Timmy's side because I just know him obviously a lot better. But like, I just for some of these older reporters who have been in the game for 40 years, and particularly with Timmy, a guy who's like driven by the history and the not so much the data, but the stats and the stories. Yeah. I do feel like people of that age, with how quickly stuff moves in the present day, I just feel like there is a retention of information and an ability to retell stories by people like Tim Kurkjian that I'm not totally convinced is going to be replicated by the current era of journalists when they are Tim's age. I just like, I don't know. And maybe I'm just kind of like riffing on this and I hadn't really thought about it, but I don't want to take for granted the storytelling ability and the incredible recall that these guys have to like, the Cal Ripken playing in the gym thing. Like, that's great. But like, that was 45, 50 years ago. You know what I mean? And that these stories are being told as if they occurred last week. I think is a skill and also something that maybe is being lost a little bit, present day.
And that's why I think we all feel the same way. Like I tell Mr. Kendrick every time we talk to him, like, all right, please tell me you're doing your due diligence. Please tell me you're pumping all of this information into somebody else that's going to be able to try to carry your torch. Right. And that's why with Jeff, Tim's son, like, I think it's great that, cause you can see, and you can hear Jeff take in these stories, probably for the second, third, fourth time, but it just, I don't know, man. It's just like, it's a warm wave of baseball love and genuineness that I think we do miss. And just because the cycle of information is so quick, it's more about getting to the next big story than it is about enjoying the moment that has just come and gone, the moment that we anticipated coming, the moment that we lived in, and now sort of, untying the aftermath of it. Like, that doesn't happen. It's here you go, boom, on to the next one. Here you go, boom. Right. So it's a good point, Jayhay. And I hope, I hope Jeff is listening on a level that I think he should be listening.
I'm going to have to check out that podcast now on my, my flight to London next week.
Hey, there you go. Oh,
maybe
going to foggy London town.
Yeah, we're going to have to figure that out. I'm going to have to do all the math on like the podcast. I'm going to be 5 hours ahead.
Ooh. Well, if you need some adjustment from our end, go fuck yourself. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Happy to record at a different time if we need to. So
we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Also,
the show can go on without me, as we discovered when I was dying last week.
Might work for a pod. We don't want to make a habit out of that. There's a large percentage of people who love you. They just maybe are not in the habit of expressing it as often as they should be.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate.
Yep.
That's unfortunate. Clayton Kershaw, he threw 3 innings in his rehab start. It's just wash, rinse, repeat with Kersh, and just, when's he coming back? So he pitched in Oklahoma City on Wednesday, pitching for the first time since August 30th. What do we expect from Clayton Kershaw in 2025?
10, 12 starts?
A lot of this.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah,
Maybe this.
Yeah.
So he's not getting a playoff start.
No.
Does he make a playoff roster?
I mean, it would purely be as a long guy situation. Like this is the guy, and honestly, I think you just thinking about this right now, it's probably a conversation that he has to be very involved in just because of the role that's going to be offered. And I do think that you're at a point now where you're making a decision to either completely forget about a postseason legacy and how that impacts your overall legacy, or you are making this decision to say, you know what, I don't have what is necessary to compete in a leverage role, and I don't want to render myself just a mop-up dude. So I don't know about that, because then you start to ask yourself, well, is Clayton Kershaw really going to deny an opportunity to pitch in the postseason and try to help win a championship? Because that just doesn't feel like who that would be. Like, he's a competitor. This dude wants to fucking win. So it's a balance. Like, man, is the legacy going to take a hit? Am I running a risk of really tarnishing this? We already understand the narrative behind it in the postseason. Is it something that he feels like, you know what? Maybe I can right the ship a little. Maybe I can chip away at that narrative. I don't know.
That ship has sailed. I mean, people are going to say what they're going to say, but I think it's interesting, the subject of Clayton Kershaw, to see both sides of the ego debate, where it's like, this guy's got an ego. He can't let it go. Like, he should have retired, and he's taken up a roster spot from someone that can use it. Or on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, you could say he doesn't have an ego about this, because he's saying, I'll help the team however I can help the team. Like, I don't need to even be in the rotation. If I'm on the team, I'll help the team however you want. So it really is same exact situation, but 2 wildly different perspectives depending on how you view it.
Yeah, and that's why I think the conversation with him is going to have to be in depth, and it is going to have a lot to do with what he's willing to accept based on what he knows he's capable of doing, how he sees that impacting their run at a championship. I think it'll be a very telling moment, because we're talking about one of the greatest pitchers this game has ever seen, ever.
I firmly believe this is, in terms of the ego thing, I'm on the second side that Jared said, which is that I think this is somebody who's willing to do anything to help the team. But I think also, I'm guessing, probably realizes that he's in a very special place and time as it relates to this Dodgers team and where this era of Dodgers baseball could be viewed historically, franchise specific and baseball wide. And I think there's probably just the desire to, like, hey man, when I hang it up, like, as it is for everybody, it's over. And I don't want to walk away, because I'm not 45 years old. I'm still young enough where, like, I'm ambulatory and I can enjoy this experience and stuff like that. And to the point about the postseason roster, I am still holding out a belief that if Clayton Kershaw is healthy, pitching and healthy, he would make the postseason roster. I have a very difficult time viewing or imagining the Dodgers telling a fully healthy, I'm pitching in September, Clayton Kershaw, you are sitting home. Maybe it's a change by round sort of thing. But I also feel like the Dodgers are probably assuming this is a problem, quote unquote, that will take care of itself. The odds of Clayton Kershaw being healthy and being in a position to pitch in October, what are those? 50-50 at best, right? So maybe worse than that. So it feels dramatic because like it's the greatest or second greatest pitcher in franchise history, but I also feel like it's probably just going to take care of itself pretty naturally without a lot of conflict.
Yeah, and I think that
1 second, Dallas, do you have to go in 10 minutes?
I do have to go in 10 minutes.
All right, let's table this discussion for another day so we can still get Family Feud in.
Welcome back to Baseball's Dead Family Feud. I'm your man, Justin Havens. We're under the gun here, 10 minutes, but Family Feud moves quickly. It's fast paced. Jared's pumped. We're ready to go. I think we got a good batch of questions today. I think we got a fair batch of questions. We got an AM Discord response today. Usually it's at night. But Jake was all over me forgetting last night to send him the stuff. So he got up early, got the stuff in. Corey hustled, got the results. So a lot of credit to the folks from the production side for making this feud happen. Who's going first?
Who went first last time? Do we remember?
I think DB went first last time.
Okay.
Yeah, because Jared went first 2 times ago when he won it by himself.
Yeah, that's right.
And then, okay. So it is back to Jared. Great. All right. How you feeling, bud?
I'm feeling great. I think, nice little break from Family Feud recharged me to be able to win this thing by my damn self once again. So.
Good. Let's do it. Are you ready? Jake, are you ready?
Let's play some Feud.
All right. Question number 1. I get a fucking pen that works. Question number 1. How many times do the Blue Jays make the postseason during the course of Vlad Jr.'s 14-year contract?
5.
How many starting pitchers in the NL are better than Hunter Green right now?
0. 1.
I'll take 1. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being total non-story and 10 being the biggest story of the season, how will we view torpedo bats by the end of the 2025 season?
2.
Rounded to the nearest 10, so 120, 130, 90, whatever it is. How many combined wins will the White Sox and Rockies finish with this season?
80?
Oh, God. I hope so. That'd be so much fun. Not for them. Last question. What is the best way to order a steak? Rare, medium rare, medium.
Rare.
What's that?
Medium rare. Medium rare.
Got it. All right. D, can you hear us?
Yeah,
No.
I got you.
Nice. Figured there was no way.
Fuck yeah.
All right.
Fucking headphones.
Nice. We didn't have that. We didn't have 5 minutes to waste on your headphones today either.
Yeah,
So that's
No,
huge.
Yeah.
No, we fucking didn't. I was very nervous.
All right. Are you ready, buddy? Jared got you over halfway.
Okay. All right.
So you're in decent shape. I will say, easily the number 1 overall answer that's available in terms of points is off the board. So you're going to have to do it without that big boost, but very possible. Very possible. Ready?
Okay. All right.
Question number 1. How many times do the Blue Jays make the postseason during the course of Vlad Jr.'s 14-year contract?
4.
How many starting pitchers in the NL are better than Hunter Green right now?
1. Fuck. 0.
Question 3. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being a total non-story and 10 being the biggest story of the season, how will we view torpedo bats by the end of the 2025 season?
2. 1. Fuck.
Question 4. Rounded to the nearest 10. So 120, 130, 20. How many combined wins will the White Sox and Rockies finish with this season?
70.
Oh my God. They'd both be the worst teams in Major League Baseball history. Question number 5. What is the best way to order a steak? Is it rare, medium, medium well, or well done?
Medium rare. Medium, for medium.
So good. Never gets old, man. All right. Okay. Let's do it. You guys fucking ready?
The 70 was not good. The 70 call probably fucked us.
I said 80.
Oh shit.
All right, we ready?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Question number 1. How many times do the Blue Jays make the postseason over the during the course of Vlad Jr.'s 14-year contract? The number 1 overall answer was 5 by Jared.
Oh, I bet.
25 points there. Dallas came in with 4. That was the number 2 overall answer with 22.
Look at us.
Perfectly fine start. Question number 2. How many starting pitchers in the NL are better than Hunter Green right now? Jared said 1. Dallas also tried for that answer. That was the 3rd most common answer, 21 points. Dallas said 0. That was the 4th most common answer for 14 points. 2 and 3 were the top answers for 29 and 22 points, respectively. So we are up to 82 points through 2 questions. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the biggest total non-story and 10 being the biggest story of the season, how will we view torpedo bats by the end of the season? Jared, you said 2. That was the 2nd most common answer, 28 points. Dallas, I believe, also tried for that.
He did.
Ended up with 1. That's 16. That's the 3rd most common answer. So we are at 112 through 3 questions. The number 1 overall answer was 3. So you guys were sniffing around the right one. That was 34 points. But either way, came out of there with 44 total points. Question 4. So we're at, we need 88 points with 2 questions, 4 responses remaining. Rounded to the nearest 10. How many combined wins will the White Sox and Rockies finish with this season? I think we struggled with this one a little bit, math-wise. I think this is where the timing and the panic set in a little bit. Jared said 80, which I thought was extremely aggressive in the negative. That would be 40 wins a team. Remember, the White Sox were the worst team in Major League Baseball history last year with 41 wins. So 40, or 80 rather, still got you 11 points though.
Okay.
There are some people that are viewing that right along with you. So we are up to 123. Dallas said, fuck your 80. 70. We're averaging 35 wins a team here. I so desperately hope this happens. Still managed to get 6 points though. I think that was good. That's probably deserving of a 0, but he got 6. Number 1 answer was 100. So 50 wins a team. That was 20. 130, which would be 65 wins a team. Also got 20 points. So this was the question with the most spread, but still 2 questions that would have gotten you 20. You guys walked out of here with 17 total on that one.
Okay. Yeah.
So we are up to 136. And this is the last question, folks.
Ooh, yeah.
64 points is what we need. Question number 5. What is the best way to order a steak? Has nothing to do with anything we've been talking about recently, just a question I felt like asking. Jared gave what I anticipated would be the most common answer, medium rare. 60 points.
Oh, fuck.
So that gets us to 196. So it is really whether Dallas answered this question correctly or not.
It has to be. It has to be. Nobody's eating shit rare, and nobody's getting fucking well. So if you didn't select medium, discourse, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you fuck this up, then I'm not gonna say I'm all the way. I'm a 99.9% out.
Did medium get 4 points? It got 20.
Let's go.
The second most common answer after medium rare. Rare came in with 10. Medium well came in with 7. And someone said, Kevin Smith, screw you, Dallas, for 1 vote. Not even really sure what that means, to be honest with you, but well done, got no votes. So for the first time in a while, it came down to the last option. Dallas came through. Obviously, Jared came through as well. Jared's point total, 145 in the first half of it. So a lot of heavy lifting there. In total, you guys got right around 220. So well done.
Dare I say the medium rare answer was meaty.
It was.
We needed
it accounted for about 30% of your overall point total. So important stuff. And well done, boys.
We needed that.
Important question.
And well
That was
done to
big
Discord, as always.
Yeah. Good job. Good job, Discourse. Guys are continuing to nail it.
That was exhilarating. All right, we got Dallas out with only 1 minute late.
Yeah, I gotta go. All right, boys.
Goodbye, Dallas. Go A's.
That's right. Go Oz. JP
Yeah.
Sizzle! JP Sizzle! Come get your Lesty! I'm gone.
Yeah, that did not seem like a man who is late or in a rush. You know,
No. They're probably not even playing today.
no, he's probably not even calling the game.
No.
They just give him a headset. It's not even plugged in. They're like, here, Dallas.
Just place a cutout of Jenny Kavnar next to him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Dallas. Talk about the game, buddy.
Yep. Everybody really wants to hear about Jay Willie.
Yeah. Yeah, do the JP Sizzle thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, bread it up, chicken titties. Yeah. Somebody
Yep.
got an extension. Yep.
Good job. It's crazy.
Oh man,
Yeah.
What
Just looking at him though, like he looks like someone that could use some Mando.
that's a good point. Every
Yeah.
day.
Sometimes twice a day, brother. You know? Because in winter it's easy to hole up inside, but in spring, I'm going out more. Staying out longer. I'm gonna be going to the Sox with Jake. Me and Jake got season tickets in Section 10. We're going to be mingling with the people more often. Me and Jake are back in the gym, getting that lather going, which is why I'm happy to have found Mando whole body deodorant. Because unlike some other deodorants that I've tried, it lasts as long as I do. Smells great. It makes you feel clean. You just feel better when you smell better. Nothing to be self-conscious about. It's amazing. We've got a special offer as well. New customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code and link. Use code BID at ShopMando. That's ShopMando.com. They've got whole body deodorant, safe to use anywhere on your body. You get your pits, your balls, your thigh folds, belly buttons, butt cracks, feet, all of it. It was created by a doctor who saw firsthand how normal BO was being misdiagnosed and mistreated. Clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor for up to 72 hours. That's great for all you non-daily shower takers. I'm with you. I'm one of them.
Are you really?
Yeah, I don't always have time to take a shower every single day. Sometimes I'll go every other.
I know you are an extremely busy man, and I respect the hustle. I can't be too busy to end my day on a shower if I've been running around.
If I work out, I shower. But if it's like a Sunday, I haven't worked out,
that's
I
fair.
can go without.
All right,
Yeah.
that's fair. And that's when Mando comes in.
Correct. All products are baking soda free and paraben free. Choose from a variety of fresh scents like bourbon leather, clover woods, Mount Fuji, or Pro Sport. Clinically proven to control odor better than a shower with soap. 12 hours after a shower, the average man's Grundle odor level was a 5 out of 10. With Mando, the average Grundle odor level is a 0 out of 10. A 0. If you want to try America's #1 whole body deodorant formula right now, you can do so by going down to Walmart, Target, other retailers across the country. For the best deals, go to shopmando.com. Mando's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer to the listeners of Baseball is Dead, new customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. That's promo code BID at shopmando.com, shopmando.com. And please support Baseball is Dead. Tell them we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with Mando. And again, thank you to Mando for sponsoring today's podcast. We appreciate you guys. We did the live stream on Tuesday night, and we saw the Paul DeJong hit by pitch live, which was a scary moment. He was leaking blood, and he has since been placed on the injured list with a nose fracture. I was trying to figure out, we were like slowing it down. Like, did it get him flush? Did it push the helmet into his face? I couldn't really tell what was going on. But the news today is that the Nationals will be placing him on the injured list with a nose fracture. Scary moment. Very scary moment. I don't know how some of these guys, after experiencing getting hit in the face like that, I don't know. Like, I would just retire. I'd be like, well, now I'm going to be terrified that this is going to happen every time I see a breaking ball. Like, anytime I see a pitch that looks like it could be coming towards my face, I'm going to flinch, and it's going to make, like, if you're going to be a big league hitter, you can't be afraid of getting hit in the face with a baseball. But I don't know how you could not be if you get hit in the face with a baseball.
I remember David Wright getting hit in the head, and like there was a lot of conversation about how that impacted him at the time. I know he tried out the padded helmet that was not popular, but introduced at the time. I remember I was doing live television. I was producing a live Baseball Tonight where Giancarlo Stanton got smashed in the face. And
by Mike Fiers?
Yep. And that was, I mean, very traumatic for him, obviously. And I think, there was a lot of study or statistical look about how that changed kind of some of his tendencies and where he was in the box and some of the stuff that he was doing. So I'm with you, man. Like I got hit in the face once with a baseball playing as a youth, and my career was over pretty shortly after that. That was because of a lack of skill, but it probably would have been over soon after that anyway, because it didn't leave me. I mean, I still think about it. It was very scary. And that was, 50, 60 miles an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. I get hit all the time. When I was a kid.
You got hit or get hit currently?
Still to this day.
With what?
A baseball. Every time I play in like a fucking throw together game, I get hit. Like, we played in the Field of Dreams game, got hit.
Do you think
I played a charity game last summer against Jonathan Papelbon. He hit me.
Do you think there's like latent frustration with you that people are kind of taking out in that way?
I think as a kid, maybe my reaction time wasn't great and the competition wasn't good. But I think now when I play in these games and it's for content, I think that people realize if I hit Jared, that'll be what's best for content.
Well, that's disgusting.
I agree.
You deserve better than that.
I agree. Because turns out when people pitch to me, I get fucking hits. I get knocks. But if I don't have the opportunity, I got to wait once a year to be able to get in the bat. I get one at bat in a charity game once a year. And if you hit me, you hit me. Papelbon took the coward's way out. Carl in the Field of Dreams game, coward's way out. People see the cameras and they're like, how do I get on MLB Network?
Yeah.
Oh, I hit this guy.
How do I make this about me?
Yep. It's selfish. And
it comes at the expense of your body.
I mean, it doesn't hurt. Like I'm built like a brick shit house.
Right.
So
of course. We talked about that yesterday, right? With the
Mhm.
AEW wrestler comparison.
Yep. Very similar statures.
It seemed to be a mixed bag on how similar, but yeah.
I think everyone
mixed
kind of
opinion.
agreed.
Mixed
Everyone
opinion.
agreed, I think, on the pod.
The upper body,
So.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I'm going to be I'm going to be participating in a charity game again this summer. I've already been in touch with some bat companies about getting a custom bat.
Have they gotten back to you yet?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good
Yep.
because last time you were talking about how they never respond to you.
Well, Dallas has helped a little bit. I've
There you
also
go.
sent out some messages, and it's going to be a race to see who gets me the bat first. No
Right.
one has been like, "Hey, it's on the way." Like you're good here.
That's a big
So-
glow up opportunity for them, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because I am going to guarantee that I hit the ball very hard, very far this year.
I'm pretty excited.
I don't think I'm going to get hit this time.
You're going to do the hitting.
Yeah. Well, it's because Brock Holt is going to be pitching.
He's not a pitcher.
He's not a pitcher, but he does hold the record for the slowest pitch ever recorded for a strike in Major League Baseball history.
What was it off the top of your head? Do you remember?
40, low 40s, 43 maybe.
What do you think you could do with 43 miles an hour?
Oh my God. I could probably put that on the Mass Pike, and we're going to be nowhere near the Mass Pike.
I mean, that's almost so slow that you might have trouble generating the necessary kind of like force to hit it that far, right?
I'm incredibly strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did forget about that. That's right. I always forget about
That's like, Jose Canseco playing slow pitch softball, saying I can hit a softball farther than Aaron Judge can hit a baseball. It's like
Did you achieve your strength the same way Jose did?
Through hard work? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And discipline and
Yeah. Rigorous discipline.
sticking with it
Yep.
year over year.
Good for you. Well, that was my question.
Mm-hmm.
You and Jose.
Mhm. Just a couple guys trying to earn an honest living.
Similar
Hitting.
legs, actually, I think. If you go back and look at those old Jose pictures.
Does he have quads that are size of tree trunks?
Little saplings, I think. Yeah, little little trees. Little baby trees.
Little baby trees.
Yeah, just planted some trees.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I just saw the A's lineup got posted, so I guess he wasn't lying about there being a game today.
Any good players?
Still no truth to the rumor that he's going to be like on the broadcast, but it looks like the A's are playing a game today.
He snuck in there yesterday. He sent us that video of him, pretending like he thought it was warm up there. Remember?
Yeah,
I'm surprised
but he was,
security didn't boot his ass.
Yeah, so he was in the booth. Like his whole thing now is that he takes pride in not being cold when it's cold out, but he was wearing like a puffy jacket.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't have a lot, right? Doesn't have a lot right now.
No,
Gotta let him have what he has.
That's a good point. I hadn't considered that. Like when you're calling A's games for a living and you look like what he looks like,
Mhm.
you've got to find your enjoyment somewhere.
We should get Meg on the pod and talk to her about Dallas and how he
Again.
looks.
Yeah.
Like just, like what's up with that?
Have her on, but without Dallas so that he
Right.
can't be there to control the situation.
Yeah, we don't want him to be like, oh, tell them I'm good looking, honey, that you think I'm cute and stuff like that. We just want her
Yeah.
unvarnished honesty about that he's like kind of tough to look at.
Yeah. Like that's got to be a brutal experience on the day to day.
I mean, that's the power of the perfect game, right?
Yeah. That's true. Like he can play the I was on Letterman card, which is
Yep.
true.
And he knows the real Steve Harvey or whatever. Like that's as cool as knowing me. But, he constantly says I was on the real Family Feud.
Mm-hmm.
I think more people
I wouldn't
watch
care.
our
I mean,
Family
like,
Feud.
I brag. If I knew Steve Harvey, I would still brag about knowing Justin Havens more so than Steve Harvey.
That's total class by you as always. And that's why I think that the pod just really wouldn't be the same without you. It's not even so much the baseball stuff. It's that, we would just leak so much class. If you didn't show up.
And humility.
Yeah.
The humility would be gone.
No, because Dallas obviously has none of that. So
No. Or class. He has no class either.
No. And I would have, Jake and I would have to carry 100% of the class and, class burden. And that's a lot to ask for, two guys who are already doing so much producing work and stuff.
Well, they call him Classy Yazzie. That's what they call him in Swampskit.
That was high school nickname, Classy Yazzie.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that.
Yeah, like his senior superlative in the yearbook was most classy. Yeah. Yeah.
Most class of the class of whatever the hell you graduated.
Yep.
Probably some number that embarrasses the hell out of me. Yeah.
Yeah. Class of the class. Jake Yazzie.
It's a big time award.
Yep. Did you get a senior superlative, Jayhay?
I didn't. I think I got runner up for best hair. And I lost to a guy who basically had Dallas's hair. So tough to have taken that award too seriously, right? He's just walking around with like a clown wig on. Shout out Dave Mitchell.
Looks like Sideshow Bob, right?
Now that we're doing this, though, I had a very interesting senior superlative experience because we were the first graduating class of our high school. And at the year-end awards assembly, or, where they were giving out these sorts of things, the teachers who were primarily like 24, 25-year-olds, this was like their first teaching job, they gave out a golden shower award because
you can't.
No, because they'd heard a rumor that somebody had gotten caught up with that in some weird prank hazing sort of thing and took that joke and made it a real thing within the school. And they called him up on stage. The teacher gave him the award.
I would have thought that they thought that it meant something else, but they were aware of what it...
You know what? That's a fair question. I would have to consult some of my friends as to the context that I'm maybe forgetting or whatever. But what I am describing, a ceremony where he was called up onto the stage by teachers and given the Golden Shower Award is 100% real.
Because he got peed on or he peed on somebody?
The first one.
He got peed on.
That's right.
Got it. Okay.
I'd like it to be known that I had nothing to do with this. So
you're absolved.
Thank you. But yeah, that's a great example of something that probably very obviously could never happen in 2025 or 2015 or probably 2005. We graduated in 2003. I'm sure that probably wouldn't have even worked 2 years later.
No, I think you can get away with that in 2005.
I don't know, man. I am shocked every time I think about that.
Yeah, it was just a different time.
It was a very different time.
Yeah.
Probably for the best.
It was pre-social media. It was like MySpace was still in its infancy stages. So it's like if no one had camera phones, no one had video recording ability. I remember
Facebook really being a thing for the first time once I got to college. And so that was obviously after what I'm talking about right now. So yeah, really was no social media element.
Yeah.
That's
how you get away with PP awards.
That's right.
Yeah. So you did not get a senior superlative, Jake?
I got most class.
Most class. Yeah. Class of the class.
Yeah.
Yep. That's good. There's no way Dallas got anything. He would have got like biggest idiot or something.
Yeah. Class clown. Probably.
Yeah.
Right?
Big class dumbass. Like least likely to succeed.
Dude, I bet he probably did get that and probably has already paid off that by visiting the person who gave it to him like 10 years ago, right? To throw it in their face. Like, least likely to succeed, huh? Just like shows them the perfect game video or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I know he did something like that. Like there was like a teacher that said he would never amount to anything. And I think he like went back to the school in like full uniform when he was in the big leagues and was like, fuck you.
He told me a story when we were in Texas Texas for the All-Star game. That's where we just were, right? No, wait.
Yes.
No, sorry. When we were in Arizona for spring training, he told me a story about how when he and his grandma were, after he got his big payday, right? They were looking, relatively speaking, they were looking to buy a house like in the area where they currently live. And he went to an open house and went in by himself without grandma. And the realtor basically just straight up disrespected him and didn't believe that he had the money to purchase the house. And he said, no, I have cash. Like I'm genuinely interested. This is an open house, right? And she was like, no, did you make an appointment? You kind of need to make an appointment. And like, told him to fucking get on his way basically. And apparently another house nearby went up on the market. Dallas and grandma bought that house. And then he said that he promptly went right to that other lady's office and said, you didn't think I was serious? Here are the papers for the new house and the price that I paid, all cash. Have a good day. So right up Dallas's alley to do what we're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. It's very Dallas. Anything you're looking forward to this weekend from a baseball standpoint?
Yeah, there's actually a lot. I mean, I get excited about the weekend slate every time because we're baseball dorks here. But
there's always something,
Yeah. But, to name a few things, I'm always looking at the pitching matchups. Zach Wheeler, Sandy Alcantara on Friday in Philadelphia. That's
Yamamoto DeGrom.
Yeah, Yamamoto DeGrom to me is the headliner here. Friday in Arlington. I'm going to make that appointment TV because just in terms of electricity, I'm not sure you get a whole lot better. And then two relevant teams, obviously, with some interesting offensive pieces. And then none of these people are facing each other, but the Saturday pitching slate features, among others, Paul Skeens, Hunter Green, Zach Gallen, Logan Gilbert, Kodai Senga, Roki Sasaki, Garrett Crochet, Michael King, and Chris Sale. So if you don't have many plans on Saturday, you could kind of carve out a nice 8-hour window to watch those 8 or 9 pitchers take the slate. How are you guys feeling about the White Sox series?
Jake, what did you pick for your prediction?
I had a 4-game sweep. I think
4-game sweep.
You lose 2 out of 3 to the White Sox. It's time for some revenge. We've been terrible against them the last couple of years. Due for a 4-game sweep.
Yeah. I think I went 3 out of 4. Yeah.
Yeah, showing some restraint, obviously, right?
I think Steve went split. Yeah.
The listeners aren't going to like that.
Well, the listeners don't like Steve. They
yeah, that's tough.
The listeners play roulette with like the guy that they don't like on the show.
Oh, you got
like it changes week to week. Yeah, like last week it was me. Right now it's actually Coley. The week before me it was Steve. Like opening week it was Steve that they hated. Then they hated me. This week they hate Coley.
Well, Coley's the anti-Trevor Story guy, right? That's why they hate him. Is that right?
He loves. Well, right now he's trying to trade Jarren Duran. So that's why he's in the crossfire.
You need a pot stirrer, right? You can't have everybody marching in step.
Agreed. For 2 years they didn't like T. When we were doing Name Redacted, they were like, "It's not Section 10.
Yeah,
he's not Coley." It's like, yeah, we know.
No shit, he's not Coley. They're like completely different people.
Completely different people. Yeah. But now T is a cultural icon. Like now they love him, and he's come a long way. But he's earned it. He's worked hard and he's earned it.
Yeah. You pop that top enough times, and people will come.
Yes. Yep. So yes, he has achieved cultural icon status. And the only person that doesn't get like hate week is Jake. It's fucking Classy Yazzie.
No surprise.
Yeah.
I don't see a lot of negative feedback on the BID side for Jake either.
No, he never gets any hate. The only time that he gets like even like a little bit of criticism, people will be like, he doesn't shut the fuck up the whole podcast. Right. But like he has takes. Like we are in the take business.
Right. And, as long as he keeps working on kind of like editing himself a little bit and, trying to find the right spots to get in and not always talking over people, he'll find his groove. But that's tough when you're potting with Dallas, right? Because you hear a guy who's constantly talking over everybody else and you're like, well, that's how I'm supposed to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dallas has, it's like when a puppy has its cue to tell you when it has to piss, like go outside. Dallas has the same cue when he needs to speak. So even if he doesn't interrupt you, like he'll still give like a like he'll do one of those. And it's like I hear you. Like I know you want to go next. Like we'll get to you next. But Jake, I mean, it's like Jake edits the podcast, but then we have to have someone edit Jake's edit because It's like, all right, like so we need to take some of the yapping out.
Right. So he sends the edited podcast to the other guy.
Right.
Yeah, thinking it's like good to go, and then we take out all Jake's parts.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So if Jake ever tuned into the podcast when it hit live, he'd be like, "Where the hell are all my parts?"
Yeah. But it's like he's guy's too busy to
he already listened to it during
he was on.
Yeah, he listened to it during the edit. Why is he going to listen to it for a third time? He's sitting here listening to it for a first time, then a second time. Probably don't need a third time, but that's where we fool him. That's right. Where we do the old switcheroo. Speaking, sorry, I know we're heading out of here, but you mentioned the puppy. You see Jackson Holiday dedicated his granny to the puppy.
His new puppy. Did he say the name?
You know what? I think he did, but I'm now forgetting what it was. My question to you was going to be like, what cool thing are you going to do as a dedication to your puppy? Coconut.
Coconut. The puppy, it's a 1 year, it's a 1 year old Bernedoodle.
Yep.
Coconut.
I mean, I just think it kind of ratchets up the pressure on you to kind of like do this kind of grand show of support for Ace.
Yeah. Well, I have a tattoo for Jacoby. So maybe I do a tattoo for Ace. I don't know. I could do another tattoo. I don't know where I'd put it. I'm kind of out of space.
You could do like a playing card with an ace, and then instead of like, you know, the image of the ace, you could have his face.
That could be cool.
Yeah, I'm just riffing.
Yeah, that could be cool. Yeah, maybe I'll do an ace tattoo.
Or maybe just his whole head taking up your entire back across your shoulder blades.
That could be cool too. Just an entire ace back piece.
Yeah, like a life-size ace tattoo.
Yeah. They actually do that now, like the anesthesia tattoos. They put you under and then do like massive back pieces or leg sleeves or whatever the hell you want. It's very expensive.
I'm sure. Yeah,
it's
anesthesia
like $50K.
Generally. Oh my God. Yeah, anesthesia is not cheap generally. That one's probably not covered by insurance either, right? Tattoo anesthesia?
No.
Nope.
Yeah. I know some folks who have gotten that done, and it's
got to be a ball player. Yeah. Or a wrestler.
Yep. Ball player.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I believe it was Jaron Duran.
Well, there you go. Got one before he's going to be traded. Hopefully it wasn't a Red Sox tattoo.
Yeah. Yep. Coley's got him gone. That's why he's in the crosshairs.
Got to make room for Roman.
Any nugs for us, Jayhay?
Bobby Miller, through the first 23 starts of his career, had a 3.59 ERA over his last 13 starts. He has a 10.02 ERA. Just really one of the more mystifying young pitcher, just total unravelings that I recall over the last decade or half decade. Aaron Nola went last night, had another really bad start. He has a 6.65 ERA over his 4 starts this season. I took a look at his 4-seamer specifically. It is down about 1.5 miles from last season. And batters have gone from hitting 166 off of it last year with a 314 slugging percentage. They are now hitting 316 with a 684. So 150 points of batting average and more than double the slugging percentage off of that slower fastball. We'll see whether Nola can turn it around. Obviously very important to the Phillies and still early on in that 7-year contract extension. Need him to be very good. The top 2 in the Braves order yesterday combined to go. That's Michael Harris and Austin Riley combined to go 0 for 8 with 8 Ks. So nice clean day of work. Chris Bassett, 3rd career start yesterday in that game against Atlanta, featuring 10 or more strikeouts and 0 runs allowed. That is the 3rd most such starts in Jays franchise history, behind Kevin Gausman with 7 and Roger Clemens with 4. Very, very, very small sample size alert. But I did notice that batters since the start of last season, Spencer Strider has thrown 149 4-seamers. Batters are hitting 407 off of those 4-seamers across 24 and 25. For context, they hit 256 off his 4-seamer in 2023, his last fully healthy year. Again, that's fewer than 150 thrown. So not trying to make too much of it. Spencer Torkelson hit his 6th homer of the season last night. He has 6 homers in 18 games. It took him 63 games to hit 6 homers last season. Luke Little pitched in relief for the Cubs in their loss last night. Unfortunately, was a non-trivial part of that loss. He walked 4 batters in 6 batters faced. He's the 13th pitcher in Cubs franchise history with 4 or more walks in 6 or fewer batters faced. The only Cubs pitcher to ever do that multiple times in a career is, unsurprisingly, Carlos Marmol. Yeah, I think we can all remember what that experience was like. And lastly, O'Neal Cruz, he homered again, grand slam last night. I saw you tweeted revenge for Kutch. O'Neal Cruz, first shortstop in Major League Baseball history to have 3 or more homers, 8 or more stolen bases, and 10 or more walks through his first 16 games of the season. So kind of an up and down, good and bad start for O'Neal Cruz, but obviously doing a lot of good stuff. And those are the Nuggs.
Love that. Thank you, Jayhay.
You're welcome.
We got any Jake's takes to take us into the weekend?
I'm just looking forward to Dallas dropping his 15-leg parlay today. I need some money, so hopefully that one cashes finally.
Mm-hmm. Like that.
Quick final thought. Jorge Lopez has been suspended.
Really?
3-game suspension and a fine for the McCutcheon throw.
Wow.
Just dropped.
Wow. Okay. So I guess, I don't know. I don't know how you determine intent there. It was 92. It was up and in. And to my knowledge, there was no prior incident that would have instigated that. I don't know. Good for Kutch. Good for the league protecting Kutch regardless. Love
Yeah,
Kutch.
absolutely. And especially with that disrespect that happened on the Apple TV broadcast. Just way too much
That's true.
Andrew McCutcheon disrespect lately for one of Baseball is Dead's favorite players. So whether it was intentional or not, to Dallas's point, glad we just went out there and just had a chat, found out.
Yeah.
Sure. You wouldn't want it to be intentional, right?
I want suspend him for even making it look like it could be intentional. Get him out.
Jorge Lopez ends up in the news for all the wrong reasons. Poor guy.
He sure does. Yeah. Poor bastard.
We only talk about him when he gets suspended or kicks off a
says something stupid. Yeah. Poor guy. All right. Thank you guys for watching and listening this week. It's been a fun week of baseball, and we're looking forward to having more fun with you guys as the season rolls on. I do apologize to Mets fans if you were irritated by yesterday's conversation, but we got to talk about it. You know, it is a story, whether you choose to admit that or not. It is absolutely a story. But enjoy your weekend of baseball. We'll be right back here on Monday morning with more Baseball is Dead. We'll see you guys then.
We're gone.